I read Dracula maybe for the first time 15 years ago or so. Now, it's written by a English Protestant. But as I read it, I realized that this is sort of it's an English Protestant dealing with the demonic. Dracula is possessed by demons. All right, you got to understand that. And it's a English Protestant saying, okay, if you came into contact with a guy who was really possessed, like Dracula, and been living hundreds of years by feasting on blood, human blood, for all this time, how would you fight him? I mean, he's got strength. He's mysterious. He can change shapes into bats and wolves. How would you go after and fight back against such a person? Well, he kind of has this charmingly superstitious view of Catholicism. So in the opening, I think it's in the opening chapter. And by the way, I think the book begins on April 23rd, the feast of St. George, he who conquers the dragon. What does Dracula mean? It means little dragon. If the main character is going to be resistant to Dracula, what else would be better than, you've heard me say it all the time, the Holy Rosary. Now, he doesn't start praying the rosary, but I think it's a gypsy woman, gives him a rosary to wear around his neck. And this proves to be very powerful because he cuts himself shaving and Dracula's behind him. Of course, you can't see a vampire in a mirror. And this blood on his neck, of course, is attractive to Dracula, who likes to drink blood. But the fact that there's a rosary around his neck protects him. So you start seeing the sacramentals play a part. Now, as the book goes on, you have Van Helsing come in. Now, Van Helsing is a Catholic, and he tells people to carry around the consecrated host. This is not allowed, but it's sort of a Protestant understanding of how Catholic things would be done. So he has these envelopes that have a consecrated host in it, and he says, as long as you have one of these, Dracula can't get you. Now, what is that teaching people? The whole idea is that Dracula is an anti-Eucharist, right? The way he keeps alive, the way he has eternal life, it's not eternal life, but sort of everlasting life on earth, is by having these Eucharistic banquets on other people as a parasite, right? He gets their blood because the life is in the blood. Super spiritual life. It's funny because Van Helsing says, don't worry, I got permission to use these hosts because I got an indulgence to do so. So in the book, which is written by a Protestant, he doesn't really quite understand what the word indulgence means. An indulgence is a pardon of temporal punishment due to sin. He thinks it's like a special indult or permission. At one point, even, Van Helsing crushes up a host, totally sacrilegious. You get automatically excommunicated for doing this, by the way. It's a sin reserved to the Holy See. And uses the crumbs over a door jamb to protect the room from Dracula entering in, because he can't come in because of the Eucharist. So you see these kind of things happening. But also in Dracula, there's the feasting on the blood, but there's also Dracula has a ritual called baptism in blood, evoking Christian theology. And this is where he initiates someone into the vampiric reality. And it's an initiation with blood. So the entire genre of vampirism is a reversal of the Eucharist. It's an anti-Eucharist. And I think readers 100 years ago, and of course the idea of vampires has been around for centuries, understood that this is an antichrist, an antichristic, an anti-Eucharist image. But it goes back pre-Christianity to the pagan cults and the pagan cultures who would consume their sacrifices, sometimes animal sacrifices, but even in the case of our European forebears, human sacrifices, drinking their blood. So what Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly are doing, which is, take my soul, bleed on me. They're doing ritual magic. They're performing witchcraft.